We're behind the bench with Scott Arniel, and Scott, your team right now, 3 games above 500. Evaluate your progress so far.
Well, I like to think that we're starting to evolve into the team that we want to be, and we've done lots of good things. Had a good game down in Atlanta, great game against Montreal. I didn't think we were real sharp in the sense of our passing and kind of the little detail things. I liked our effort. I liked our compete against Minnesota, but obviously we didn't do enough to win the hockey game. So it's continually back to the drawing board and making sure that we're doing all the right things, and got a big opponent coming in here in St. Louis, so it's about making sure that we're good and being consistent with our work ethic.
Scott, I watched practice again this morning, and your talk at the beginning of practice, was it a reflection on what has happened in the past, or kind of an outlook on where your team is going?
Well, a little bit of both. I talked about not being satisfied with what we've just done, and that there's another level still, that we're sitting here early in November, and there's teams that are starting to find their sort of get some gravel underneath their tires. You can see teams starting to get their game back, some older teams, and we can't get satisfied and think that we're just going to be okay getting by doing some of the things we're doing. That we have to take it up a notch, and I think it starts in practice. It starts in our preparation before the games. It takes it's finding that killer instinct. The other night when we had a team like Minnesota down and bending backwards, and the score was 2-1, and we were out shooting them 16-3. We should have finished them off, and that's the part of the stuff where we have to continue to mature and learn from.
And you had been able to do that when you looked at teams against like Montreal. Just you finding a way to win, and it's something right now to be able to take that next step. That's where practice, the reminders has to be there, and it must be there, and just the simple little things of taking pucks to the net, not only the first time, but also the second and the third time to be able to capitalize.
Yeah, well, you're going to, in this league, teams will allow you to have some of those shots from the outside. It's who wants to go into those tough areas, and who wants to battle and stand on top of the goaltender and take some cross checks, and who wants to stay in there and get those second chances and those third chances. And you're not always going to score the pretty goals. We have to be a team that has to recognize that, and we do a good job off the rush. We do a good job when we have our feet moving, our speed, but when it gets bogged down and it becomes a cycle game, or when we've hemmed a team in, we have to find a way to get those, like you said, second and third opportunities. You got to find a way to get inside and work at it.
Comment on your opponent here on Wednesday night with the St. Louis Blues.
Well, a team that actually is off to a tremendous start. They made the big trade for Halak this summer, but I don't think that the team itself gets enough respect. I think it's more than just the goaltending. I think it's a team that plays. Davis Payne has them playing the same style of hockey night in, night out. They've got some key people out of their lineup through injury, but they keep on rolling, and they're a team that's obviously got belief in themselves. They certainly playing hard, whether it's on the road, at home. They just went into Boston and won, just went into New York and won. So we certainly have a tiger by the tail here, that we got to make sure that we're at our elite best, and a divisional opponent that we want to set the tone here against these guys. We want to make sure that we come out on top.
Nice to be able to have them in your building.
Yeah, it is. Obviously you get a team that's red hot like this. They're doing good things in their rink, so to have the opportunity to play them here first, we're going to make sure that we're at our best.
Scotty, good luck and have success this week.
All right, thanks, Billy.
For Jackets TV, I'm Bill Davidge.